Hey everybody, Joshua here. Let's talk about how to play Radiohead's exit music for a film on the piano. I'm going to refer back to my video from a few years ago. Again, my disclaimer that I always say for these videos is this is how I play it. Please take the parts you like and throw out the stuff you don't. My goal is always to make it make sense musically in my head. So I'm thinking about chords and melody, and then the energy and the emotion and where I'm going with the piece. Not necessarily note perfect. There are other videos that can probably show you a little bit different versions than what I do, but here's how I play it. I hope you like it. I hope you can take some of this. And again, as I always say, make it your own. So I'm starting in B minor. And rather than just making it real square and straight the whole way through, I think I'm giving you a little bit of rhythm to the introduction. Let's see here. Now in the recording, Radiohead, they do that suspended. So you go to the F sharp, so you have that second in there. And then you have the suspended E. Go down to the D again. Another thing I was doing in the introduction, after kind of setting the beginning of it, you can hit that octave to give some depth and to change it when you've done it a few times through. I'm also walking up from the E to the F sharp. I don't know why I did that, but that's what I did in my version. Okay, so we're setting the stage. We're starting very quiet. We just have this simple melody over the chords. So the first chord, B minor. Then we go to F sharp. And I'm actually suspending that with the B. Then I go to F sharp major, and then D, and there's E over G sharp, back to B minor, F sharp major, there's the sus again, basically a B sus, B major. Let me play all that again. So we have B minor, and watch for the melody. Okay, so when I start this piece, I'm starting very calm and gentle. And remember, we're going to build up to that big section and then bring it back down. So right at the beginning, when I'm starting, I'm thinking about calm and gentle. And there's a little bit of rhythm, the ba, 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 da, ba, bum, ba. So there's a little bit of rhythm that's accompanying the melody as I play the melody in the top part of my right hand. That's a little overemphasized. Okay, so, but just to kind of show how the melody can come out of those chords. Second time through, I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to try to give it a little more energy and movement. Let's see here. So I'm adding a little bit of movement to my chords. Okay, so I've done the verses twice. My transition to the A minor, which is basically an arpeggio back and forth on that B major. Then I go to A minor with a C in the top. Let's see, let's come out of that. So A minor to E over G sharp. Back to B minor. F sharp, sus. And I think I'll make it F sharp 7, and I'm kind of alternating left and right. Back to A minor. So I've kind of built up the rhythm. I'm alternating left and right. Let me show that slowly on the A minor. So now that I've kind of increased the energy ever so slightly in that second section, I'm going to continue with that when I go back to the chords for the verse. So I'm going to go back to B minor. Sorry, I was skipping around there a little bit. But so, verse a couple times gently, then I go to that B section on the A, and then when I come back out, because I'm building the energy, again, I'm doing the arpeggio on the B major into the next section. So I'm thinking about building the energy the whole time. Basically, and then the left hand is outlining the chords. Okay, so B major, ba-ba-da, arpeggio into that big B minor. So here's where it gets real heavy, and what you have to be careful, and I may not have done this perfectly in my video, but you want to use the weight of your arms to get the force out and not force it, not tense up. So loose wrists, and we're using the weight, and it's kind of this alternating, I made it kind of random, but I'm trying to drive the rhythm, because you just think about the recording, it's big, and it's really driving. So I'm going to come out of this B minor, and we're going to land on that D for this big section. Let's see here. basically, I'm gonna call it D flat, C sharp major, F sharp major, to G, have B on the top for the G, C, F sharp major, and then we have our B minor again, F sharp major sus, to D. These are the chords from the verse. So now it's up to you to transition out of that big booming part. You can even do it again, bring it up an octave. And then end on the B major. So again, throughout the whole piece, we're thinking gentle verse. We have our second verse, same chords, but with a little more movement. We go to that B section, the A minor, and then we add in. We're adding more movement with the alternating left and right, and we carry that into the next verse. So again, we're thinking about the energy and where the song's going, and then building in, I use that arpeggio. That big section, so I'm landing on that B minor, and it's final and it's big and it's moving, and then out of that, we come out of that. And then you want to let it die off and get quieter, and then eventually end on the ending on the B major. Okay, so that's kind of a whirlwind tour of how I play that and how I think about that song. But again, I never just start it and think, okay, I'm just gonna start playing and see what happens. I'm thinking, okay, it starts gently and it has this giant build, and that's when I'm using those alternating. And I wish I could tell you exactly what the rhythm is there, but I am just trying to keep an internal pulse going, and then I'm alternating left and right on those big chords. And again, add more notes to the chords, you're going to get a fuller sound and give it more energy. You do have to think about it inside while you're playing it. What's the energy? What's driving me right there at this moment? And then when I'm bringing it back, how am I transitioning? And honestly, if I were to critique my playing from a few years ago, I find a little bit of it, some of it kind of wooden a little bit, and some of the transitions maybe weren't as good as if. It's been several years, and I've played it a lot now, and I don't know. I think you develop a maturity as a musician the more you play something, and now when I play it, I feel like when I play it, the connection between transitions is a little better. But I hope that helps a little bit, gives you some ideas of things of your own to go off of. I'll put the chords up in the video, and if you have questions, leave them below. There's this idea about possessions and money, especially, that, we're only, forgive me for getting philosophical, but I do think it applies to music, especially when you're talking about learning and sharing musical ideas. There's this idea that with the possessions we have and the money we have, it's really not ours, and that hopefully we can cultivate our wealth, both, in whatever that is in your life, so you can share it with the person who comes after you. So the money you have is not yours. You try to hold on to it and grow it for the next generation, if you have kids or if you have family. And I really like that idea because it's the same way with music. So a lot of ideas and emotions and energy in music are these shared experiences. And my goal with sharing these, arrangements I've done is so you can take it and so it continues on, if that makes sense. It's not mine. Obviously, I've learned from a lot of people and it's helped form the person I am today. So that's probably a little bit of a runaround, but my point is, I hope you can learn from this. I hope you can share some of your music with others. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, leave them below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for my patrons for supporting this channel, and you guys have a good day.